If you ever needed a story that intertwined politics, global business, the pressure on business, morality and media ethics, you have got one right here. Britain's biggest-selling Sunday newspaper, the News of the World, has been closed by its owner, Mr. Rupert Murdoch. Now, this is a newspaper which is 160 years old. He bought it 40 years ago. It was a trophy in his media stable. It was read by more than 5 million people. Many people who read that newspaper knew that it exposed the misdemeanours of the rich, the royal and the famous. Rupert Murdoch's mighty media empire is under fire. The shots are political, financial and criminal. The shock closure of the News of the World came as British police reveal that they have identified nearly 4,000 potential victims of illegal eavesdropping. It was revealed that the mobile phone of a murdered British schoolgirl was allegedly hacked into. The paper was said to have accessed Millie Dowler's voicemail, even deleting messages which gave her family false hope that she was still alive. Well, 24 hours later, it emerged that families who lost loved ones in the London terror attacks had apparently been targeted as well. Then, in what appears to have been the final straw, relatives of British soldiers killed in Afghanistan and Iraq also potentially targeted. The current scandal has its roots way back. It all began back in 2005 when Buckingham Palace suspected that people were listening in on the voicemails of Prince William and other royal staff. A year later, the Met Police in the UK arrested the News of the World's royal correspondent Clive Goodman and a man, the private investigator Glenn Mulcair. No one else was implicated. The British Met faced criticism at the time for their inquiry, but 5 months later, both were sent to prison. A couple of years ago, The Guardian newspaper revealed that senior staff from the News of the World knew that reporters were illegally accessing messages. Hacking victims included Sienna Miller and star Hugh Grant, but London's Met chose not to relaunch their investigation. Bad move, it seems now. Let's focus in on the two people that perhaps matter most. Prime Minister David Cameron and a man called Andy Coulson. Now, the PM has announced 2 inquiries. A judge-led one into phone hacking allegations to start once the police investigation is over, and another one looking at newspaper ethics. Now, the Prime Minister in the UK has faced criticism for his decision to hire Andy Coulson. Remember, he was the former News of the World editor who Mr Cameron took on as his communications chief. He resigned from that post in January 2011. He was arrested, though, just recently over these latest revelations. Should we expect to see this sort of behaviour again from the red tops, as we call them here, the tabloid press in the UK? Well, in days of yore, i.e. before the middle of July 2011, we kind of accepted sort of phone hacking behaviour which might have gone on, we thought, about royals and celebrities. You'll never, I don't think, see this sort of behaviour deemed to be acceptable by journalists at those sort of papers ever again in the UK.